Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, depending on where you're joining us from. Welcome to Simplilearn. My name is Richard, and after this intro, I'll be mostly in the background helping Shakar so that everything goes smoothly. If you're not familiar with Shakar, he is an expert in the Salesforce. For those who are not familiar with this form of webinar, I want to introduce you to the dashboard or control board. If everyone could locate your dashboard control board and then locate the question module on there, go ahead and message hello in the question module. Just say hello to Shakar and let him know you're excited to be here. This lets us know you are hearing us okay. There we go, and it's usually up on the right-hand side. If it's closed automatically, you can click that red arrow to reopen it. All right, let's see, I'm not seeing anybody in here. Is everybody able to hear me okay? If you can just type in something in on the question module, let us know that you're here.
Yes, Richard, we are able to hear you.
Okay, excellent. Glad to have you guys aboard. The question module is your best friend. As you're going through, you can present questions in here, which we'll answer at the end in a QA session. If you have a specific question on your career or real-world journey, post it here, and we'll look into that and answer as many questions as we can. If you hear something awesome, brilliant, interesting, and you want to share it in your social channels, whatever your social channels are, Facebook, LinkedIn, tweet, you can use the hashtag SNLWebinars and let people know that you were here and what's going on. I know the other day I was using our local network, Meetup. Great place to follow up on a meeting, so I heard some interesting stuff here and just put it right on there, and a lot of people are able to go in there and take a look at that and reference it to the SL webinars. You didn't come here to listen to me. I am proud to introduce Shakar, who will be your host. Go ahead and sit back, relax, have a cup of coffee, tea, or if it's in the evening where you're at, maybe a glass of wine, and enjoy. It's an honor for me to hand this over to Shakar. Thank you and happy learning. Shakar?
Yes, thanks a lot for the introduction. Welcome, friends. Welcome to this amazing world of Salesforce. To get some idea, information about this tool and to understand why this tool is making fantastic difference in the current market. My name is Shekhar, and I'm going to give you some very interesting information which can completely transform your career and give you one clarity like how you can make your career safe, best, as well as secure. Let me start first with the agenda. If you can see on the screen, it shows that our focus today is to understand why one should consider a career in Salesforce. What is so special in this amazing tool that is making so much difference in the market, and large number of people are changing their career and coming to Salesforce or starting their career with Salesforce. Let's first discuss the agenda, takeaway, or what you are going to get in this today's session. First of all, you can see here I have the agenda on the screen. So first we'll understand what will be today's plan, what we are going to understand. So first of all, please note that we will understand about Salesforce. If anyone is there in this session who is completely unaware about this Salesforce, then it's a good chance for you to understand why there is so much buzz about this tool in the market, why it is so much important. Then we are going to see what is the current market situation. Before deciding any technology as a career option, we should also understand what is the market situation. Once we do a careful analysis about the market, the future, as well as the possibilities, then only it is wise to jump into that technology or proceed for that you can say branch of the market. Next, we are going to see Salesforce Job Trends. The most important thing, the ultimate goal of us is having a best and good quality job, which will be giving us a way or path for bright career. Then we are going to see if we are looking for Salesforce as a career option, then what are the possible options. Then we will see finally how Salesforce is safe career option in this roller coaster market. You might be knowing all these ups and downs in the market, something regularly coming as a concept, like for example, let's say recession, or let's say some kind of tragedy, or let's say some kind of political issue, some kind of global issue, and ultimately regularly we can see that there is insecurity about the job. But how Salesforce career option can give you a very safe career path, that also we are going to discuss here. And finally, a very good chance for you all to ask all questions about your career, your plans, where I can guide you well, and you can get a clear idea what you need to do here onwards. Let's start the agenda. It will be definitely interesting session. It's my guarantee to you. First point, that is about Salesforce. Now, first of all, we are going to understand why there is so much buzz, noise about Salesforce, why these big companies are coming to Salesforce, and exactly what is Salesforce. First of all, please note, Salesforce started the career or journey or this entry in the market as a CRM tool. It's actually a CRM tool which started the journey in March 1999. CRM means Customer Relationship Management. So it all started in March 1999, where people were started understanding the importance of CRM tool, and one person, Mark Benioff, who left a high salaried job, decided to start a company based on CRM technology with the connection of cloud. And this way, he started a company, Salesforce, in March 1999. And this is the way how the journey started. Please note, it's very interesting to see that the focus was only as a CRM tool, customer relationship management tool, to only focus on guys, if anyone is having mic open, then please mute the mic so we can have a silent session. So requesting everyone, if anyone is having mic open, please mute that. Fine, thank you. So it will be very interesting for you to understand, even though the journey started as a CRM tool, but ultimately the things are now absolutely amazing. For example, the company which started focusing on a you can say search engine in a small garage is now a billionaire company, that is Google. Their initial plan was just to provide a tool for searching something quickly on internet. But now Google is everywhere. You can see there is a mobile from Google, operating system, browser, wearable device, glass, automated car, search, let's say social media, that is Google Plus. There are plenty of things which Google is right now working in. Same with Salesforce. Salesforce started as a CRM tool, but now it's almost everywhere in the market. So which domains right now, in which domains right now Salesforce is giving the performance? Healthcare, marketing, shipping, finance, sales, service, education. Now Salesforce is almost everywhere. And that is the reason, if you compare with other companies, you will realize that Salesforce is literally making the magical progress in the market. Let me tell you one important and very useful slide which will definitely impress you and tell you that how Salesforce is one of the best tool as compared to the other competitors in the market. And this way you will understand that how Salesforce has become a market changer. So now I'm going to show you one slide which was recently released by one of the very famous agency called as Gartner. So let me now show you the slide. Okay, so I just got one message in the chat box. I was replying, and please see this. If you understand this slide very well, it will be very easy to understand that where the market is going, and you can take good decision for your career. See, this is the recent survey released by one of the very famous agency in the market, Gartner. You might have heard this name plenty of time. You can see here Gartner recently released one survey which shows how in a fantastic manner Salesforce is making the change in the market. For example, let's talk about this SAP, the major or the most strong competitor to Salesforce. They started well, but now it's regularly coming down and down. SAP is losing the market in CRM domain. Let's talk about Oracle, the owner of Java. They started also somewhere around at 12.6. Continuously it's coming down and down and down, and it's now at 9.1. Again, very bad performance. Let's talk about Microsoft CRM. The owner of this company, world's richest person, started with 5.7, very bad number, and non-stop they're performing very much average scoring, and right now it's somewhere around 6.2, which shows again there is no much competition or no much such threat for Salesforce with this all other companies. And just look at this, Salesforce started with 10.6 and continuously non-stop it's going up and up and up, and you can see right now it's somewhere around 18.4. and can you see this? This is called as a dream graph. This is nothing but a dream of each and every company, each and every CEO or each and every investor to have such kind of graph for the company, never going down, always going up. And please note guys, when you compare the global market, this difference 6.3% is really a very big number. 6.3 is not a small number when you compare the global market, and this shows where the world is moving, Salesforce. And this gap is going to be regularly up and up, and this way these companies will lose the market. All the existing companies will start coming to Salesforce, and this way we will have so much opportunity, so many jobs in the market at the global level. I have seen plenty of companies in the market, they are leaving now SAP, Oracle projects, and they are coming to Salesforce because of some fantastic features which Salesforce is providing to them. And this is the reason why the market is simply focusing on Salesforce whenever we are talking about these CRM tools and other segments. Let's move to next point. Now, after understanding the comparison with other companies, let me tell you, is it really market so much crazy for Salesforce? What are the big brands or some big companies which is completely relying on Salesforce as their internal important tool? Some big names are like Coca-Cola, Google, eBay, GE, Philips. There are plenty of big brands in the market. They are completely depending on Salesforce. And you can understand, if these companies are completely depending on Salesforce, then as compared to their size, their strength, they have employees in thousands. Definitely you can understand how much option we can get in such big companies to get a job on Salesforce. I have seen my plenty of students working in some big companies like Google, Coca-Cola and all, because there is huge demand right now in this market for these big companies on Salesforce. So this is something about Salesforce for all those people who are completely unaware about this amazing tool. After understanding Salesforce and the background and all the journey it made till this point, let's see the market situation of Salesforce. That is, how is the market and what kind of opportunities you have. First of all, let me tell you one important thing. In the market, Salesforce is one of the hot technology, and you can understand very much clearly that whenever any technology is hot, in this case there will be thousands of candidates will be in demand. I have seen some big companies recently, they are having the recruitment requirement of thousands of people, thousands of candidates every year because they're all old clients are coming to Salesforce. For example, let me tell you one latest example. You might have heard the name of the company Accenture. It's a very big company working on Salesforce. They recently had a plan to hire almost 1,000 people. This shows that how big the demand is for Salesforce people in the market, and this is because the market is very hot. Another thing, whenever the companies are going to hire some people for any particular technology or for any particular domain, please note there is one more important thing, that those people are having some kind of connection or touch with Salesforce. They are getting high priority in terms of resume filtering process, because those people who are having slight bit of knowledge or idea about Salesforce, companies are hiring them on priority because they know that ultimately these people will help us and will get the benefit of these people when we will completely roll out our current process on Salesforce. Another important advantage. Third, what clients are demanding in the market. Please note, if you are trying to have a job in a service-based company, please note, clients are having huge demand. They are making huge demand for those people who are Salesforce certified. And this is one more advantage for us. If we are certified on Salesforce, these service-based companies will need us and they will hire us without much struggle. These are all advantages we will have right now because the market is very hot for Salesforce, and we are going to get this advantage automatically without making much efforts. And finally, when those people who are certified in Salesforce, their salary estimation will be also depending on that. For example, if you are a Salesforce certified person, then you can expect some fantastic numbers in terms of your salary, about which I will be speaking in a very short time. And then you will realize that what power your resume will get just by having a label of Salesforce certified. If you just have this label on your resume, you can understand how much amazing numbers you can expect in terms of salary, which I will tell you very shortly. Just stay tuned. This will be very important for you to understand what you should do in your career in terms of next change. Now, we will see how we can plan a career in Salesforce. That is, what kind of jobs we can have in Salesforce, what are the areas where we can work, and depending on your background, depending on your skill set, we can decide here that how the market is moving, and then you can take a decision where I fit best. Please note, just by estimating that Salesforce is very hot in the market and Salesforce is very good, it's not a wise decision to directly jump onto that. First, we should understand that what are the possible ways, possible areas where I can make my career in Salesforce. And that for that reason, the next slide which I'm going to show you, it's absolutely important. Please pay attention. All those people who are coming from different backgrounds, or if you are thinking that what will be the suitable position for me in Salesforce career, you can get plenty of knowledge in the next slide. So please pay attention. Let's talk about Salesforce Job Trend. Where is the market going? What kind of options I have in the Salesforce Job Trend? Please note that in Salesforce domain, there are plenty of job opportunities, and the trend is going towards these roles like admin, developer, business analyst, architect, consultant, and so many other options are there. But here I'm going to focus on those things which are absolutely important in the market. They are having so much demand, so that you can get the knowledge of that and decide that which will be suitable option for you. Also compare your background, in which background you are coming from, and compare with the explanation that I'm going to give you right now, and this way you can realize where you suit best. Okay, so let's start understanding one by one about this job trend. First of all, the admin job segment in the market. Please note, all those people who are completely unaware or not having idea about programming, development or coding, for them this first option, admin, is the best way. Because if you are having no idea about programming, then still you can create fantastic applications, end-to-end project in Salesforce without writing a single line of code. And this is really fantastic, because creating an entire project without writing single line of code is the special thing of Salesforce, because of which many people having no idea about programming, they are also making good career in Salesforce. So please note, even though you don't have any programming background, nothing to worry. You have so many things available in Salesforce you can do completely without any programming knowledge. That is admin. Next, for those people who are having or who knows some kind of programming, let's say Java, .NET or etc., then they can go for a second option, which is again a very hot job trend in the market, developer or Salesforce developer. Please note that all those activities, all those functionalities which is not possible by admin people, and there should be compulsory some programming to be done to achieve the result, we have second option called as developer. So if you have any background of programming, please don't miss this opportunity to go for a developer career option of Salesforce, because just making a small understanding, small hard work, you can completely be comfortable on developer branch of Salesforce, because the way Java, .NET and other programming languages follow the principle of object-oriented concept, same way Salesforce also following the same. So it will not be difficult for you to convert from other programming language to Salesforce programming language. Please note, in Salesforce the programming language that we use is called as Apex. And also one interesting point for you, this Apex programming language is the world's first programming language that can work on cloud. That is, before this Apex language, there was no such language in the market which can run on internet, and this is the gift of Salesforce given to IT world, because before Apex we never could write a program on internet, and this is really something special. We don't need to install anything on our laptop, no database, no setup, no configuration, open the internet, directly start doing programming. This is the gift of Salesforce. Next, and the platform on which we do the programming in Salesforce is called as force.com. So nothing to download, nothing to install. This platform is ready for you. Simply start programming. Very, very simple. If you go for other technologies, you have to install something like Visual Studio, something like Eclipse, something like NetBeans, and finally start working. Here, nothing to install, directly start working. A plus point of Salesforce. Third option you can see here. Third option is nothing but the business analyst. Now please note here in the business analyst role, I think some questions are coming in the chat box. So guys, I will appreciate if you ask more and more questions, but we will take all these questions at the end so that we will have a continuous learning process. So I will request keep asking the question, but we will open the question box at the end once we will finish all these things. Just let me take one single question right now, which was there, is nothing but about the Apex. Yes, Apex is a programming language of Salesforce. Yes, it's an object-oriented programming language of Salesforce. I hope you are clear. Okay. Now we will talk about all these questions at the end, guys. Okay, so please have patience, and I will give the answer of each and every question in the last slide. Okay, so let's continue. Third option is business analyst. Now what is the meaning of that? See, whenever your customer will give you the requirement, please note in real-time projects the process is between you and between the customer. There will be one important entity who can understand both parties, both branches, and that will be called as a business analyst, because this person knows you very well, your limitations, your capabilities, and this person knows very well how to handle customer, to realize customer's problem, and also understand how we can satisfy our customer. So those people who are very well aware about project management, dealing with customer, understand the functional side, and also they know the capability about the developers or capabilities of any developer, they can be business analyst. Another very fantastic, very much fantastic segment in the market to have a career in. Please note, plenty of people who are well aware of admin capabilities and they just understand what is the meaning of developer, but they have not done any kind of programming in their career. For them, this area is very much suitable because they can understand the power of admin, power of developer, and convince the customer and let them know that how the things are moving. Okay, now let me tell you some important point. Just give 1 second. Now the next point, guys, is architect. This is the most important person in any Salesforce project. Absolutely fantastic salary and also so much importance in any Salesforce project. Why? Because this person should know this, as well as this, because he will be completely the guide of your team and he will be telling you what should be your approach and how you should be working and how you should be implementing the project in a very short time. If you target this as your career option, then nothing better than this, because these people are absolutely in high demand, absolutely high salary, and they are most precious in the market because the entire project will be depending on these people. So if you can target something like this, nothing better than this. Finally, a consultant. Again, this person will be not working exactly as a admin or developer, but he will be having the combination of both. A consultant is that person who knows the business very well, who knows the functionality very well, and that person will focus on various segments. In the current market of Salesforce, this is also a very good trend if you're planning to have a career on, because there are also some good jobs available in the market as a consultant, where you will not be exactly admin, exactly developer, but it will be a kind of combination to perform various activities in your project. These are top market trends in the market. You can target anything. Definitely, you will have a very good career here onwards. After understanding Salesforce Job Trend, we should also understand the most important thing for everyone, that is the career option in terms of salary. What kind of roles we have and what their salaries will be. This will be definitely an eye-opener for you, because the numbers that I'm going to tell you, the salaries we are going to discuss right now, it will tell you that why Salesforce is called as the best career option in the current time. Let me show you the career options in Salesforce in terms of the designation and in terms of their average salaries. And these are the numbers. After taking the survey of almost 150 candidates and taking the average salaries, here are the useful numbers for you to decide your career option. Please note, all these options in Salesforce are related to those all branches which I told you in the previous slide. Technical architect, the most important person, as I just said, in the team. He will be leading the entire team and he will be giving solutions. He will be telling you, he will be guiding you, and also taking care of each and every problem in terms of deadlock. The average salary of technical architect is $135,000 Next person who is, again, as I said, right now there is a good demand of those people in the market, consultants, who not only understand the business well, but also they understand the capabilities of technical branch as well. The average salary for them is $120,000. Next, the project managers. Here, anyone in this session who is already working as a project manager, please note you all have a very good chance to convert your career into Salesforce project management. Please note, here you will not have much efforts to convert your career option, because the way you control your project, the way you manage your project in this current technology right now, whatever technology you are working in, it's very simple for you to understand Salesforce architecture, and with very less efforts, or maybe a practice of 1 or 2 weeks, you can completely understand how Salesforce works, and this knowledge you can use for managing a team. Again, a very good career option who are at the managerial level. The average salary 98,000. Next, Salesforce business analyst. If you remember, just before some time I said you, this entity will be a mediator between customer and you, people like you and me, who will be working as a developer or admin. They know how to keep happy both the parties. Their average salary $95,000. Next, Salesforce developers, those people who knows programming very well, and their average salary is 90,000. And finally, Salesforce administrator. Please note that administrator, they will be having some kind of limitations because they cannot perform each and everything in the project. Definitely they can perform an entire project without programming, but sometimes there are some situations where they will face some kind of limitations, and that is the reason, as compared to developers, the administrators, they have 70K salary. But this shows you where you can go for and how you can plan your career option, because the starting step should be administer, and one by one you can reach this ultimate level of architect, which, as I said, is in high demand, or much you can say the most valuable entity in any Salesforce project. So these are some good career options. You can compare from which background you're coming, and accordingly you can decide your career option as well. And now we are coming to the most important slide, that is the next slide. In this roller coaster market, when every now and then something new is coming, some old technologies are vanishing, many people losing job because some XYZ technology losing their market, many people finding difficult to get the jobs because of the concepts like recession and all, how we can consider Salesforce as a safe career option, or if we migrate towards Salesforce as our career option, then how it can ensure us a safe path. It's a very important point for you all guys, and as well as me, because ultimately it is a matter of our career, of our future. Let's discuss about the next slide, how Salesforce is safer career option in this roller coaster market. See, first of all, in the market there are plenty of opportunities, so many technologies. Every year you will see some kind of technology, or some technology will be coming which will rule the market for a few months or few years, and again after that what will happen? It will lose the market, and finally after losing the market it will be having a nightmare situation for all those people who are already working on that technology, or they started making career in that. So if you compare that situation, these problems you will not face in Salesforce. How? Let me tell you. Point number one, The job safety in Salesforce is absolutely fantastic, because in Salesforce you will not have a single branch or single segment to work. Salesforce is in healthcare, infrastructure, management, sales, service, support, finance, education. So you can now realize that actually Salesforce is not depending on this kind of global scenarios like recession and all. Here Salesforce is depending on multiple branches of business. So here you have wide options, so many you can say powerful segments available for you where you can make the career. What about competition? Now we have just seen the slide which shown that as compared to the other companies like SAP, Oracle, Microsoft, Salesforce is having huge growth, and this shows that even if tomorrow the market slightly changes, there is no one as a strong competition to Salesforce, because of which we may have some kind of risk in our job. Another big importance point, because we know very well that even a small fluctuation happens in the market, some other technology will rise as a big competitor. But here, whatever we have seen in that graph, it makes us very clear that there is no such strong competition to Salesforce. Next, wide scope. Please note, Salesforce is not only as a CRM tool in the market. You can use Salesforce as a mobile device with various apps. You can run your sales business. You can build your business in terms of a service industry. You can run a call center. You can run your hospital. You can even use some fantastic tools like an Android device, or you can say any Android app, iOS app, as well as various websites also possible in Salesforce. It means there is not a single entity. There are plenty of things which you can do in Salesforce. This makes a very bright, wide scope for us and makes our career safe. The reason, another important point, the reason why Salesforce is in high demand is because it's highly dynamic. What is the meaning of that? See, whatever new concept comes into the market, for example, Internet of Things, wearable device, Google Glass, customized website. In all these technologies, Salesforce is giving the service. It means whatever new comes into the market, Salesforce starts capturing that concept and start giving the support for that technology. So this way, ultimately, because of this dynamic nature of Salesforce, the opportunities to adapt new concepts in the market is very much high, bright. So if something new coming into the market, automatically Salesforce will give you some kind of special facility by which you can combine Salesforce as well as the new concept. For example, you know now there is a very important upcoming concept, Internet of Things. Please note, we know how much bright will be the market for Internet of Things scenarios or concept. Salesforce already started working on that. So if you have the knowledge of Salesforce, then you can very well perform well in the area of Internet of Things. This is just a single example. Another example, you might have heard you can say the gadget, or let's say the tool or device, Google Glasses. Even there are plenty of things, plenty of ways by which you can use the skill of Salesforce on their Google Glasses. This is a very good example to understand how Salesforce is dynamic. Something new coming into the market, Salesforce giving the opportunity into that as well. And the final point, market leader prediction. Please note, many big agencies made survey, understood the market, understood the competition of Salesforce, CRM, and other segments, and they predicted that Salesforce will rule the market for minimum next 10 years, because the way Salesforce is making growth, it is absolutely fantastic. And so guys, this shows very clearly that how Salesforce is a safe career option for all of us, and this way we will not have an impact of this roller coaster market, which will bring some kind of bad news or some kind of fluctuation in terms of growth every year, or let's say every month, as compared to the global situation. And this way we are done with our webinar, and also all those important points which will help you to decide about your career path. Now it's your turn, guys. Please proceed with all those valuable questions that you have. I will answer one by one each and every question, so that we can help you to understand this market, and we can help you to decide your career option, and also take the benefit of your current skill that you have in any technology. So let's start, and please keep asking question one by one. I will be happy to answer each and every question.
Thank you, Shakar. That was a wonderful presentation. If you don't mind, can I interrupt, and we'll go ahead and do a poll while people are coming up with some great questions to ask. I'll go ahead and set that up on here, just a quick simple poll. And while I'm doing that, if you have a good question, go ahead and put that into the question section and then we can go ahead and cover those here for the last 15 minutes. The poll lasts for just a couple minutes.
Sure.
Now, I did notice that Martin earlier, while we're doing the poll, he was asking about Apex. Maybe you can expand a little bit about what Apex is used for and what kind of connections the programming language goes into?
Yeah, sure. Okay, so guys, there is a question, and the question is related to Apex, the programming language that we use in Salesforce. So Martin, that's a good question, and please note, yes, the Apex is the programming language that we use in Salesforce. It's also called as sister programming language of core Java. It means so many things are similar in Apex and in core Java. So Apex is the programming language which we use in Salesforce. I hope you got the answer, Martin. So other people, please come up with some kind of questions which can help you for deciding your roadmap. So any questions, guys, about your career or about your plans in Salesforce or any kind of thing? Now we have one more very good question. Let me read that for everyone. And remaining people, please, you can type your question. This is a very good opportunity for you to get the understanding about this tool and also get the quick answers of all those questions which can help you. So let me take one by one all the questions. So many questions are coming. Okay, first question. Now here is a question about the job, like how do you get a job without experience after training? Okay, now please note that here if you compare the concept of having experience and non-experienced candidate in a general market, definitely there will be less possibilities for those people who are having no experience. If you take a general technology, let's say Java, .NET, PHP, something like this. But when there is a huge demand in the market for any technology, then these companies will not mind hiring fresher people, train them for a few weeks, and then ask them to handle the project. When you are already certified in Salesforce, which shows that you are already having some kind of knowledge in terms of business perspective. Second, once you complete the course, let's say from Simplilearn, you will get the experience of minimum 2 to 3 real-time project environments, because that is our agenda, to give you the idea how a project is implemented in Salesforce. These all projects will be also giving you certification of experience. And then with all this background which you have, it helps you and gives you easy platform to get a job in the market, because there is huge demand of Salesforce people, no matter you are new or experienced. If you have certification, then the demand is very much high. I hope you got the answer, Kevin. So now I'm going for next question. So remaining people, please come ahead with your questions as well, so that I can answer one by one. And please take the opportunity of this, take the benefit of this opportunity so I can help you accordingly. Next question, let me read the question. Okay, so there is a question which says that having a certification in Lean Six Sigma, is that relevant in Salesforce admin business analyst career? Okay, please note that the importance of Six Sigma certified person is definitely very much high in the market, because that person knows how to give the best in the project they are working in. Please note, if you are a Six Sigma certified and you are going to work as a business analyst, then you will get more advantage as compared to Salesforce admin, because ultimately Salesforce admin will be a technical person who will be performing the activities without doing any programming. But if you are looking for a business analyst career, then definitely you will have good opportunity and good demand if you are a Six Sigma certified person. So Fidelis, I hope you got the answer of your question, and again that was a useful question for other people as well. So next question please guys, any questions? Any question about your plans, or if you want to compare Salesforce with your current technology? For example, you want to know that the current technology in which you are working, how you can get the easy transition from this technology to Salesforce. That kind of question also you can ask, or simply you can ask, if you are looking for a job, then what kind of opportunities you can see with your current technology. Please proceed. Now there is a question. Okay, now there is a question which will definitely help all the candidates. It's a good question. Let me read the question first. See, the question is, if the job market is so competitive, what kinds of questions or vetting should I expect in a job interview? How can I prepare to interview well beyond having a certification in Salesforce? Okay. First of all, let me make you very clear that if you are not certified in Salesforce, then you will not get that advantage the way certified people will have. Okay, that is my advice to you. So it's always good to have certification in Salesforce to get maximum calls and maximum opportunities. Now coming to the first part of your question, how or what kind of scenarios we are going to face in interview. Now see, whenever you are going to face any interview in this market, first of all, they would like to understand that what kind of activities you have done in your previous project. They will ask you only the scenario based question, your roles, your responsibilities, and they will understand how you can be useful for them if they hire you. This will cover 30 to 40% questions in the interview. What about 60 to 70 questions? Now there they will focus on your knowledge on various technicalities. Let's say for example, if you are giving the interview for Salesforce admin, then they will ask you those questions related to Salesforce admin, which will test your knowledge and which will test you how will you implement a project with the knowledge of admin concept. If you are a developer, they will test you how your knowledge of Salesforce programming can help them, and you can deliver well with your programming knowledge. So it's a 60% and 40% ratio. 40% responsibilities, scenarios, business aspect. 60% will be the technical side and your knowledge in terms of this admin, developer, or business analyst role, whatever is your current interview format. Okay. So I hope you got the answer of this question, and now we have one more question. Now here one question is there from Sarath, and this will help all those people who are right now working as admins in their current job. The question is, I am working on VMware admin. Is it good to switch Salesforce admin? Okay. Please note that the difference between VMware admin and Salesforce admin is very fine, because ultimately you are going to control one application with the skills of configurations. That is, in simple word, without doing programming, you are going to control the application, enhance and regularly give some kind of service. Please note, if you are coming from VMware admin into the Salesforce admin with minimum efforts, you can transform your career because you already spent your so many months or years understanding what are the roles and responsibilities of a admin. Then, by giving slight efforts to understand what are the roles of and responsibilities of Salesforce admin, what kind of tools they can use, and ultimately how you can take the benefit of your existing knowledge, I think within a few weeks of preparation, you can very well perform in the interviews of Salesforce admin. And I think there is definitely good chance for you because of your already existing knowledge of an admin domain. I hope, Sarath, you got the answer of your question. Now there is one more question by Fidelis. Let me read that. It's again a detailed question. The question is, how is the Salesforce certification exam being conducted? Okay, good question. And what is the duration of the training? Okay. Is there past questions and answers for the various aspects of Salesforce certification? Is there past questions and answer for the various aspects of Salesforce certification? Okay, so Fidelis, if I'm not wrong, then you're asking that do we provide some sample questions which came in previous exams of certification? Is that correct? This is your question. Is that correct, Fidelis? Okay, thank you for the information. I got all the clarity of your questions. Now let me answer one by one. Now, please note, first of all, your first question, how is the Salesforce certification exam being conducted? There are two ways. One, online mode, that is you can give the exam from your office, from your home. Second, on-site mode, that is in every country, in every major city, we have exam center for Salesforce. You can book a day and time, go there on that time and give the exam. Second question, what is the duration of training? Please note the duration is 40 hours, 40 hours. Next question, is there past questions and answer? Yes, definitely, because here in our agenda of Salesforce training at Simplilearn, we focus on giving the experience and exposure to candidates of all those previous exam questions which came recently as well as which may come in your exam. So ultimately you will get double benefit. You will understand what kind of questions will be there, and second, what kind of questions may come in your examination. So double benefit you will get in this process. I hope Fidelis, you got answer of all your three questions. Great. So guys, we have 4 minutes left. Okay, welcome Fidelis. So guys, we have just 4 minutes left. If you have any kind of questions, then you can please ask. I will be very happy to answer and help you to get the clarity in this aspect. So this is the question related to the transition coming from non-Salesforce background to Salesforce background. See the question. With companies moving to Salesforce from other platforms, would I need an understanding of SAP, Oracle, or Microsoft to help a company make their move to Salesforce? Would I have a competitive advantage in the job market if I did? Okay. First of all, if you don't know even the background, how these technologies or the brands working in their domain, it's absolutely fine. No problem. Because here our focus will be understanding the current business of customer, not the current tool. So for example, if my current customer who is working on Microsoft, they want to convert in Salesforce, we don't need to worry about Microsoft tool. We only need to understand how they are working in Microsoft tool, the business aspect. Then we need to convert all these business requirements into the Salesforce functionalities with some specific steps, and that's it. You have a roadmap ready, you can start working on the project. So no need to have the idea about these other tools. There is one more question, would I have a competitive advantage in the job market if I did? Yes, definitely. If you have the knowledge of multiple platforms, you will have a good advantage in the market, but please note it is not compulsory. Okay, so I hope you got the answer of this question. Yes, sir, Richard. So we are done with the thing. I think all the questions are done from student side.
Thank you, everybody, for showing up. Thank you, Jeff, Kevin, Sarath, Shiny. We greatly appreciate you coming here. We'll go ahead and close down the presentation for today, and hope you guys happy learning. Have a great day.